Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Disciple of Morango. Yeah, so I think we just continue with items today. Uh, Lots of item stuff to get done. Um, yeah, I'm always torn between like, do I start getting like the gameplay loop going, or do I just work through the items and stuff? And I think I work through items, because it's kind of it's like I think I think what needs to be done, right, is like, we kind of have a player, but then we need items. And um it's like we need players, right, so that we can have like a player character and like monsters slash like NPCs, stuff like this. But then we also need like items, right? Because um you want to have like weapons and armor. And, in here we can also put things like chests potentially. Some chests might be technically players because maybe there's like cool things that they can do, weird types of NPCs. But you kind of want like weapons and armor and maybe like um like some consumables, right? Like it would be nice to have like some like HP potions, bandages, bandages? I don't give a shit. Like some bandages, some health potions, um, and then like some bigger picture stuff is like, a proper screen slash, like display, right? Which would have, like properly clearing lines. Um, I'm also thinking stuff like, you like you have like this screen here, right? And I'm kind of thinking that like I don't know where you put it, but potentially like up at the top here, you have oops. Up here maybe you put things like your you put like your HP here, your like your HP, your mana, and like your XP. So this would be like, man, this is like really thin, hey. So this would be like, X of Y, and then maybe you have um, like your attack roll, your armor, your magic resist. And then, over here, maybe there's like your gold, silver, copper. Um, then yeah, there could be like your weight. Ooh, and then here could be like how much you can like carry. Let's see if carry is easier to spell with the mouse. Yeah, so kind of like your inventory would be here. Right. And then like your stats would kind of be like over here. And maybe then you could have like your weapon could be, and this would be like at the top of the terminal, right? So then like everything would be like getting refreshed inside for like every quote unquote frame, right? So this is like a huge task, right? Making a real proper screen and a proper terminal is like a real task, right? Like that's really a pain in the ass. Um, it's gonna take quite a while to get through all that. Um, and honestly, I would get it done, but I kind of want to watch the Dota tournaments this weekend, so it is what it is. So yeah, you could have like your weapon laid out here. Um, then maybe you're like, hmm, I'm thinking you could even have like some like quick bind slots, right? So what if you had like, one, two, three, four, five, like quick bind things. So when you're in your, because you got to imagine too, right? There's another, um, like down here, this is where you're going to like enter your commands, right? So maybe this would be a little bit more like, this, right? So, you could have something like one, two, three, four, or what you could do even control Y. Fuck, I never understood why it's control Y. Like what a horrible redo shortcut. It should be like control shift Z or something. I don't know. Anyways, you could have like, Z for inventory, X for something, C for character, V for something else. Or, maybe you could do like Z bracket I, if I makes more sense. Um, yeah, you could have like I. Oh my God. You could have like your I for inventory. Um, and then, you could have like your C for your like character sheet. Um, maybe you could have, Q for like your quick binds, right? And your quick binds would be like, where do I get back to my pen? Tool home, yeah. So here would be like your quick binds, right? And maybe you could have like an HP potion here. Maybe here you have like a mana potion. Maybe here you have like some kind of a scroll. Here you have, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just thinking out loud. Um, maybe these go like vertical, so they're more like this. That can make a lot of sense. Yeah, maybe you have like three of them and they kind of just go like lengthwise or something, right? So you can kind of like just hit like Q1 or like Q0 and that'll instantly, you know, give you like the healing potion, right? Um, so you don't have to kind of like go to your inventory, select the item, go through all the stuff. You can kind of just do it like right away and not really have to like worry about it. Um, And then two, you could like see how many of these you have, which would also be good. Um, yeah, and then there'd also kind of be like this thing here, right? And then we'd have, blah 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 blah. What do you want to do, right? And this would be like your input here, and there'd be like some sentences and some stuff going on. Maybe it's like asking you for some stuff, and then we're gonna like ask you to do something. And I'm thinking like here, this whole area is gonna be, more like what the map currently looks like for where you are, or if you're like fighting a monster or something, there would be, some type of screen in here, but we would like segment it. So it's not just like one line of text, one line of text, one line of text, query, you know, you enter something in, one line of text, one line of text, one line of text. It would really be more like, a whole like interactive terminal. You'd have to do you only use your keyboard, but there could be this like whole like interactive thing going on. And it would be a lot more like a normal video game in a way than any of that other stuff. So, that's what I'm thinking for that. Just gotta hold on, give me a sec here. Um, where is it? Oh, projects on the D drive? Yeah. Can you save the... No, I guess not. But anyway, this is kind of what I'm thinking for the screen. So, this I think requires everything else to sort of be built first. And you just sort of like raw dog it in the text or in the terminal, right? Because it gets pretty complicated pretty quickly. Um, yeah. So I think it's better to have everything like roughed out first and then go into character creation and all this kind of stuff. Because as well, one thing I don't like, I know that I haven't mentioned is that a lot of this stuff in the game is going to be procedural. So, like monsters won't always be the same. There's always going to be like variants, right? Um, like pseudo random, which is, procedural as well, right? Um, some static things, however, will be like many NPCs will be static. Much of the story, I believe, is going to be static as well because it just kind of has to be. Then, there's also like the towns, right? I think like the layout, NPCs, maybe like item levels. Um, I don't know why this is using commas. Uh, item levels. Um, yeah, there's a blend to be like a middle ground to be had with stuff like this, right? Because if everything is just random, you may as well do kind of like Slay the Spire roguelite type of game rather than something that's more like, like in role playing game, right? Which is really what I want. I want to create more of like a role playing game, like a proper RPG, just in text. And yeah, so yeah, some procedural stuff, monsters, dungeons, um, roads between places. I could put like, like they could change, right? Um, there's even stuff like, like some side quests. We could very easily have some like, you know, randomly generated side quest stuff, right? But I feel like in order to create random things, you have to know what things are, right? Like I feel like in order to do the things you don't understand, you have to sort of, it's like this, right? You have to like create the rules slash the universe in which chaos can exist. And then you play with the rules slash create the chaos. Right. I sort of feel like this is the way that like I think about it. Right. And I think that this makes sense. You need players because like how else can things like interact with each other? Right. You need items or else there's nothing to do. And then there's the screen, which I think takes place before a lot of this other stuff gets taken into place. So what that means is we still need a way to interact with stuff. We need players to use items, which is also kind of an items thing. We also need there's like a story manager, right? Or maybe this is yeah, we'll leave this for now. I'm not sure the types of stuff like that really happen. Under players, like a subcategory for both of these is like inventories, right? And like how do you interact with those, right? And for players and stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of just kind of back end boilerplate kind of stuff to do. So, a part of this today, I did want to go through and why are all these const here? Whatever. Um, yeah, I did kind of realize that I did this, which is a little odd. Um, um, hold on. Hold on, that's not right. Is it? You just do like item name in value in weight. Oh, my weapon doesn't have a durability. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Yeah, these need to be made the same, first and foremost. This is rather odd that I didn't do that to begin with. Okay, hold on, hold on. No, let me place on bottom. Bottom. No, I want to go down. Down. Let me split it down. Oh, bro. For realsies? I cannot go down. All right. It is like, yeah. Whatever. Okay, so we do in name. It's name, value, weight. I guess these can be const, right? Um, in use role. In always damage. And E rarity in rarity. Okay. And then I guess we can do, yeah, I guess this makes sense, right? And then we come over to our weapon. Weapon dans CPP. CPP, monsieur. Oui, 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 monsieur. CPP. Oui, 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 CPP. Oh, it doesn't like the comma. Right. So then I think we just do this. Um, Let me double check this. I always forget because this is something I don't really get to do much. Um, I actually never use the super constructor when I do stuff like this. Subtype member, base X, member Y. Okay, and you just like int C B is B. Okay. Hmm. You know, is there even a like I don't know, I guess you do. Hmm. Yeah, that's fine. So, uh then we go durability, in damage roll, in crit roll, in always damage, and what's the last one? Rarity. In rarity. Yes. It makes you the question, do we now just do copy constructors? Is this a good time to just like if we're doing all of this anyway, should I just item const item? Oh my fucking hands. To copy? Is this the game you just kind of go like to copy? Um yeah. Um but do you really need to hold on, 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 hold on. What is the use case to copy an item or a weapon? Right? Because you know, like I'm just thinking like what does quantity exist in the item? Like if you create an item that's like a consumable, right? Like a potion. Does the potion have a quantity? I guess that's sort of the durability for a potion. Or does the inventory? No, the inventory has the quantity. That makes sense. But then it makes you think the inventory, is this does this make sense that it's even items? These should be pointers. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. I don't even care about the space. I don't even care about the memory usage, to be honest. Does it make sense? Like, is items like inventory slot, right? That's kind of what we're talking about. Like, is the inventory, is it like an array of like inventory slots? Right? Because really, an inventory slot would be something like a struct, right? And this struct, oh, stop it, would have like, um, it would have like a subclass of an item, or to do it in not Unreal, um, without the Unreal API, you would have like an item pointer, right? Um, which would be like your stored item, right? And then you would have like an unsigned int, which would be like your quantity, right? Does that make sense? Or do you just have your inventory that only has items, like item pointers? I guess it does have to be an item pointer now that we're thinking about polymorphism and stuff. Um, Yeah. Hmm. Because, like on one hand, you can store more in a vector than you're ever going to use, right? In your inventory, presumably, right? Because like you're going to like run out of weight, right? Oh yeah, speaking of which, something else I want to throw in here is like junk items as well, right? And like craftables. There's all that stuff to consider as well. So, I'm over here. When you're thinking about an inventory slot, it's like, do you simply display how many of the same things you found? Or do you actually store just a duplicate or like just an integer for the quantity of that item? Curious, right? Because, one of the issues here is what if I have like a long sword? Yeah, I think you store them generally as separate items. And then you just count how many are in the inventory and you can kind of return that. Right? Because what I'm thinking is, what if this one has a durability of like 9 out of 10 or whatever it is, just theoretically. And this one has a durability of like 10 out of 10, which means like the value of this one is say like 1 gold. But that means that the value, oh no, this one would be, say it's like, 98 silver. But this one is like a gold, right? Just simply because it has higher durability. Durability should knock off some percentage of its value, right? Because you'd need to get it repaired. Um, yeah, that makes sense. So, yeah. Yeah, so items, no, fuck this. Items just get stored as their own thing. They don't need to be um separated. However, that does also kind of mean, yeah, we're just gonna cross that bridge when we come to it. So one of the things I do want to put in here in my equals operator is, yeah, so this also has like value. I commented it out, but you might also want to consider this like durability equals to compare durability. The issue is you kind of want like a soft compare and a hard comparison, right? Like, which makes me think, I don't know why these are two separate ones. It makes me think like, you kind of want to compare the names, right? So, hmm. So you'd want like a bool. Yeah. there's something in here, right? Like, there's some things, right? Like, where you kind of want like, compare like damage types, right? And you would want to take in like a constant weapon. Um, this could be a thing, right? Or you'd want to compare um, like um damage rolls. Or there's even here you'd want to like say, mm, you'd want to like compare like value, right? So, I'm just thinking like there's so many ways that you might want to sort random like any item, right? And I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, if we look at sort here, all we really need to give it is we just need to like return a boolean here. So I'm pretty sure um if I remember how sort works, 'cause I'm so, oh god, less than key. Yeah, and less than inline bool operator. Does it have to be like this? I don't think it does, right? Let's give this a shot. Um, so hold on. Let's just grab this. We'll slap this here, right? And we will. Doo -doo 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 -doo, boop. Okay. Okay. So let's run it. Yes. Vector of my struct to print. We'll come here. Then we'll say printf for auto item in to print. The tab out on the fucking things drives me fucking bonkers. Printf what is it? Percent %s colon percent %d? Is that what it is? Is it lowercase d? I think it might be. Then we'll do item dot key and item dot string value. I think this is going to not work. Let's see where I fucked this up. Too few arguments. Print std vector. Yep. Yep. This is a char pointer. Okay. Okay. Listen, we have fumbled our way through this entire thing, and we are now C++ gods. Okay? So here is before the sorte. Now we can see that this. Ooh, see. Um. So yeah, we can before sort this, and then here we can after sort this. And I think this deserves its own new line. So we can see here, this makes much sense. Now, what I just want to know is, do we need this fucking operator? No, because I'm being silly. So if I were to just call this um, sort by key and hold on. Right. So if I just did like struct2, no, if I just did struct and said sort by key, and then right here I just typed in sort by key and I ran this. No? Because it's not a variable, right? It is a function. Yeah. So what if I do this? I was like I feel like I'm yeah. Because you don't have to overload the operator, correct? Like I'm just oh, am I just being kind of retarded? Comparator, define the function. So here, sort by key, correct? Perfect. Because for some reason, my dumbass forgot about how to type in function delegates. Right. Yeah, you're not get yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just being stupid. Okay, so what a good long hard day of Dota gets you. We'll put this over here. This can go chill with the crazy shit Candace Owens is talking about over here. Okay, so compare name, compare value. You know, it makes me think, like, should this be like D? Right? Is this because look, it returns a Boolean, but it's like it's a delegate. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know, I wasn't even really feeling it that much today, but now that I sat down and got started, I kind of like it's 6 p.m. Oh, I kind of want to like makes me almost want to stay up all night. Just crazy because I'm old. 31. I'm old as fuck now. Can't be playing those kinds of games. It's a young man's game. Yeah. But, you know, even this sort by goodness. Mm. You know, because like these kind of get used by like this, right? Because then the inventory, you have all these like different sorting functions in the inventory. I'm really getting lost in the weeds here, but I think I want to start doing this right now. Um, I think I want to call this stored items because it sort of gets a little like in the weeds. This does have to be a pointer though. What does that? Um, mm, what am I doing here? Do yeah, because then you can also compare weights, right? You can You can compare the rarity. If you hold on, to int, I just want to see like the table. You know what I mean? Um, because the snap, the ASCII table is in alphabetical order, I believe. 97, 98, 99. Yeah, 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 yeah. So search, sort. I want an alphabetical sort. Oh, fuck right off. There has to be a function for it, right? Yeah, sort will just do it. Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know. I guess I probably can't play music. I guess it's only for me. Um, yeah, these seem like reasonable side quests for me to start knocking down. You know, if we want to start talking about this kind of stuff, um, then we may as well just do this because these are reasonable side quests here. So hold on. There was another thing I wanted to do. I don't like that these all say like HPP. Um, I want to find that and replace with types.h. Replace all. Cool. And then I just want to come over here and replace. Same with this. I also want to take the dice. And I want to replace that with just dice.h. And we're going to replace all on that as well. Yes. Um, yeah, I don't care. So rarity, there's nothing in types, I believe. There is this rarity operator. Which I don't even think we need, right? Because let me tab out, you fucker. I suppose I should be using getters, right? I should be using them. I made them. I should use them. No? Um, this name equals to compare name. And I already have money, and I already have money. Um, mm, yeah, yeah. Cool beans. Cool beans. Um, I'm just thinking, like, is maybe this is getting a bit off, but like, does it make sense to just put these inside of like a map, or because you can just have like, um, no, that's not what it is, right? It's a how do you do like a bool function pointer? Undefined? Yeah. How do you do that? I forget. But if I want to request that something has a Boolean function, like a, it's been so long since I've had to do this. But how would you put that into a map? I don't think this is the way. I think really what you do is you just say like, I'm just thinking, can you extend enums? Enum X? No. Hmm. Yeah. 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 Um, because it's like, what do you want to, I'm just thinking like you don't really want to have a million of these sort functions in the inventory, right? Because the more of these you have, how many options in here do you want to have for what you want to sort by when you click on your inventory, right? Because you open the inventory and then your options here are going to be like it might be like inspect, or you could have an item called like sort. So you click sort, you put it in here, and then it's like by name, value, weight, type, by like type. Um, and it's like, do you want to then have a switch inside of the inputs to call these functions, or do you want to have like you just pass it like a character value and then you switch inside of the inventory? Because it's like, do you have like an enum that's like sort by, and then you just have like name, type, like name, value. What do we do then? Weight, type, quality, durability. This should be rarity, not quality. You know, um, and then we can just like switch switch on this. Like we can just switch on like sort by, right? And then hmm. And is it like does this belong in like the base item, or does this belong in the inventory? Or does it belong, because I don't think it belongs in types, right? I don't think that sorting like this is a generic thing that needs to be done. You know, because all of this is pretty generic. Colors, maybe not. Classes, probably not. Hmm. Types is string. Yeah. You know, the thing is we can move this, right? It's not a big deal. We can just leave it here for now. And then maybe we'll just do a I think I fucked it up. Yeah, and we'll give this like an E sort by. And the definition what should the default of this be? Like just alphabetical? I feel like value, no? I don't even think it fucking matters. What am I doing? So, like I said, we will switch on sort by. Thank you. Interesting we didn't have vector included. Include, we'll need algorithm. Expected file name. Is it? It's not algorithm.h. Algorithm. Is it? Oh, it's just being a fucking retard. All right. So here we sort um our stored items. Dot end. Oh, but these are not static, which means we actually need I yeah, I think holy fucking notification on my phone so loud. Let me just turn this down. It's obnoxiously loud. Yeah. So, oops. Is greater than right dot value. Yeah, and get the value. Oh, yeah, oui, monsieur. Oh, we get the value. No, no. Item object type is const item. Yeah, I know. That's why we're getting the value. Like, am I fucking retarded? Name is fine. Oh, um, return left Get weight is greater than right. Get weight. Left. Get rarity is greater than right. Get rarity. Right down. Um, yeah. So you can't overload with that. Um, which I gotta be real, I think is probably fair. Um, this doesn't exist. Compare rarity. One thing is, I would like to keep these separated. I'll call these like this region like operators, right? Um, and then here we'll like end the region, and we'll call this region like delegates. Um, Also, I don't know why this is at the very bottom here. It should be at the bottom. Scuba doo doo boo 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 doo 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 doo. Um, yeah, You know, um, yeah. Yeah, this is a thing now. So, okay, let's just keep going. Durability now exists. Compare type. Hmm. What is a type of an item? We're not even going to worry about this right now, right? Because this is going to be like, it might be alphabetical. This is, oh shit, this is wrong. Oh, right. So, is get name greater than, we'll see if that works. I have a pretty good feeling this isn't going to work, but we'll see. Um, is there a yeah. Um, yeah. So this seems logical for now. I don't think we need to go too much more into this. So now comes this issue of other items. Like, uh, you know, fuck me. Things like, okay, these two I'm not even considering right now. Keys, scrolls, and potions. So I'm really thinking about keys and potions. Scrolls, we're just gonna leave this with magic shit. Magic is like magic can fuck right off as far as I'm concerned. I have no interest in dealing with that. That's gonna be such a pain in the ass. Um, because it's a huge undertaking to deal with magic. I don't even have damage or attacking yet, so yeah, it's gonna be a much later thing. Yeah. So yeah, let's think about this for a moment. To use an item, keep in mind after we create all these items, we're gonna have to start making CSVs for all of this stuff as well. Big tasks, big tasks, big tasks. A lot of work to do. God, there's so many more productive things I could be doing right now. Um, but this is good. This is a good way. Oh God, I want an energy drink, but it's 7 o'clock. If I do that, I'll be up all night. It's a bad idea. I'm an old man and I need my rest. The gym killed me this week. Um, you know, there's this thing with keys, right? Like, how do you do keys? Because I feel like a key, it has to inherit from item, which makes me think how much of this is totally unnecessary. Isn't maybe. Did I fuck up? Because, yeah, I think I need to abstract this more, right? Is there a like um no. No. No, 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 no. You know what? This is totally fine. This is totally, totally fine. Because even if you don't have stuff like this, um, a key theoretically could have this, and this is not user facing, right? Like a user's never gonna know that you have this stuff on a key. Okay, so like a key doesn't even need to be its own class, then, right? It really just needs like a name, and then you use it and it goes away. Hmm. Yeah. So keys, like, I think they can just be an item with like a name, value, and like durability. And then from like the chest side, if you need a key, you just um you just need to like check the name, right? Yeah. So you go to open up a chest and you go to talk to that chest, and then yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. 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 Hmm. And then potions have all of this as well, right? Because potions can have a use roll, right? And then you just set your crit to like 0, 0. Let's just look at dice for a second, how this works. So when you roll, you have to specifically call to get the critical. Okay. Okay, yeah, you're specifically requesting the check, the critical check. Okay. 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 Right. 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 Sides and then rolls, which makes sense. Um no. So it should be four sides. Yeah, one roll of a four-sided die. That makes more sense, right? Yeah, because you would do like a two die six. So here, this is a one die four. Okay, I need to refactor this. Oh, in rolls and sides. Okay, so I did do it right. It's just here um, yeah, okay. Um, sides rolls. Side. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah. Hmm. Um, it makes you think. Like, what does it? Does a potion need to be its own thing, or do I just like in the player because I know? But no, it does because like when you use something, it has to kind of like go away. Which also makes me think, now we have this issue. The item doesn't, but if it has the player, then it's a circular dependency, which kind of doesn't make sense, right? So I think potions are their own thing, right? So how do you get it so, right? Because depending on the potion, you want to do different things to the player, but you don't want these two headers knowing about each other, right? Which is sort of stupid. I guess you can just forward declare the character. No, the player has no idea about this. Oh, but it does know about an inventory, which knows about items. So if I take like my, let's rebuild this because I probably fucked something up. It's been an hour and 40 minutes. Let's see what I broke. It's getting grouchy already. No? With equals item, compiling this to 15, could be bool operator equals constant item, synthesized expression y equals x. Let's do defined operator equals likewise equals plus 20. You can just define the full complement of ordering operators. Why would you implement does not equal when you could do this? Candidates and the reversed candidate operator. So be a better match. Is that what this is telling me to do? No, this is preposterous, right? Like what this is telling me on this other screen, which I'm very confused about, is that like it's saying that it's like ambiguous. So the issue, like, it's saying that it can't determine if y equals x or x equals y, but that's the same fucking thing. Like, am I crazy? Um, Likewise, ordering primary operations is less than or equal to. Unless you define the full complement of ordering operators. Arbitrary flexibility when you could just do. I'm very confused because this compiled just the other day, right? Like, am I understanding this correctly? Hmm. S con. It's gonna throw me the same error, isn't it? Um, we're gonna come back to this because I don't think we actually need it right now. I don't really want to deal with this at the moment. Um, I guess something changed in C++. It's the iterator implement equals on its own. This adds nothing. Yeah, people keep saying like we're just gonna move on. Um, I've never really used C++20, and it looks like this was a change made in 20. Uh, and I'm kind of tired, so I don't really care. We're just gonna come back to fix this. We're just gonna go right here. We're gonna put that right there. Yeah, I cannot be fucked to deal with this right now. So it's like, how do potions get access to the player's HP without knowing anything about the player? This is the question. Do we just forward declare the class? That seems kind of shitty. However, when we use them, see, this is also the issue, right? Is that it's like there's so many types of potions. And I'm not a big OOP guy. I don't like sitting around here being like, oh, let's just have this do 500,000 fucking classes. I don't want to do that. I hate too many classes. It's stupid. I want to have one potion class, which I'm sort of kicking myself in the ass for not making structs or the stats a struct, right? Because you can imagine if this player had a stats pointer, you could just pass that to the potions and you could just modify whatever it was directly through the stats struct. But then all of a sudden you're passing pointers around and you can very easily fuck that up. But it's so simple to do that way, like what makes me think if you have a potions thing inside the potion, is this like cheating? This is bad design, I think. Because if you had, what is a fucking potion? What does this? What is doing that, like, what is doing that, like, zoomy thing? I've never seen that before in my entire life until oh, it must be something on OBS. Hold on. Yeah, it has to be something on OBS. That's like giving me that like zoom in thing. Cause I've never seen this before in my entire life. Um, Sorry, this is driving me crazy. But I have no hotkeys. Hmm. Very weird. Hmm. All right. Whatever. Just move on, I guess. Um, Super weird. Hmm. Because then your spell effects, like, it goes deep, right? Because it could be spell resistance. You're like, let's look at the character here. I feel like a potion could affect everything in here. It could affect your age. It could affect your experience, your carrying capacity. It could affect your either one of your HPs. Mana damage bonus spell armor spell resistance. Fuck, spell resistance even should be like, we have all these spell damage types. What's the point in having those if you don't have different types of resistances? Oh god, maybe this should be a fucking struct. Um, hmm. Big thoughts here. Like, because it's like, do you just do all of this in the player and then, because fuck. See, this is fuck. This is kind of where, like, if the stats were a struct, it would be kind of like almost easier. You know what I mean? Because you could just pass the fucking potion a struct, use the potion, it could affect this, and then you could return a duration, right? So, uh, the directionality of this is sort of annoying. So in what direction are you printing things? Like, hmm. Because items should know nothing about the player, right? The player knows about items, which kind of is sort of obvious, right? Hmm. Decisions, because Oh yeah, it's a lot of decisions. Like, in what direction does this go? Because potions and items should know nothing about players. Players should just know about that. But then how do we use potions? Right, cuz like it sounds so bad. What I want to do is I want to get a potion and I almost want to like pass it a reference of my HP so that I can change it. But then that's just that's bad news bears waiting to happen. That is not a good idea. That is super duper bad news bears to start doing that. It's kind of the reason that Java exists, if we're being completely honest. Um, so, hmm, there's this, yeah, what is it? Because the thing that I don't want to do is just have a function that's like use potion that's just fucking unbearably long, or like one function with a switch that calls like 50 other functions depending on like the type of potion that it is, you know. Curious. Hmm. Maybe this is a future Tyler problem because this is sort of like, this does get to a little bit of a deeper question. And even when we think about the classes here, yeah, available weapon types. Hmm. Hmm. Decisions. Like, it is a lot of decisions to make, you know. Um, how does this all fit together here? Because, If the stats were a struct, oh God, it. If the stats were a struct, hmm. If the stats were a struct, you could pass it a reference of the struct when you use it, and it would apply what it needed to apply and return a duration. Because that's sort of what you want, right? You sort of want to apply, like, give the potion what it needs, and then it just does the thing, and then it just returns how long it lasts. However, if we want to do it in the opposite direction, the the issue is then, like, does the potion have like an effect enum, right? And then you switch on like effect, and then do you just make this like a fucking enum? Like, do you make every stat a part of the enum, and you just create a is it like, God, this feels so dirty. You know what I mean? Like, we have a potion that inherits from like protected item. Oh, don't you dare give me that. Um, and we have our shit here. We copy all this over, and then like the issue is, right, like what we kind of because like what we want to do is do something like, it's not even bool, it's like int use. I don't even think this should be a bool. This should be like an int, right? And we come over here and we'll say like this can be an int, right? But um, it's fine. Um, like, but this would be like consume potion, right? And why is this angry? It's just not overriding anything. Um, why is this even grouchy now? Oh, yeah, it's just being fucking stupid. Um, You know, you can imagine you get like a player reference to effects. You know, is this just gonna be? Hmm. You know, because what I don't want is too many condition. Like, you know, this might just be like, you know, we would like set. You know, and this would just like, you know, it'd just be like this by we would have to do we have to roll this this get what the fuck is it called? Uh right? You know, this is obviously probably not the best way to do this. Can you not forward declare that? Am I silly? Hmm. Mm. Yeah. Because, the other option is you have this, like, right, and you do like health, mana, you do like current health, max health, current mana, max mana, strength, agility, uh, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, armor, base damage. Right. And then the potion, in this case, just is simply an item which contains a potion type, right? And like a duration, right? By default would be like -1, which means that it doesn't do anything. Or -1 would be it's like, it's like forever. Or, yeah. Yeah. And then 0 is like it just, you know, this for fuck's sakes. This sort of makes me think like, does the player need some like effects manager class? Right? Cuz this, sort of needs like some, oh god, it gets deep really quick. Like your current effects has like a duration. You could have like an E potion type. Mm, decisions. Hmm. You know what? I'm so tired. I'm just gonna, I think, maybe go to sleep and take this up tomorrow. Um, I need to sleep on this. I need to sleep on this because this is like a really weird crossroads, right? Where it's like, this could very easily have like a vector of current effects, which, you know, could contain damage, right? It could contain all sorts of things, and this is where we would need to introduce some type of like tick and turn system, right? And if we do that, it also means that we sort of need to have a manager with like a tick delegate. And this would also need to be, well, this would need to be global, right? So, for now, the duration would be 0. However, we would need like yeah, and this would need to have like a tick function in it, right? Where we would have to go like for auto effect in current effects, we'd have to do stuff. Which means there's a very real chance that we also need to have like um there's a very real chance you need to have like temporary stats, like bonus max health. Right? I think temp bonus armor, you know? Temp bonus spell damage. Again, temp bonus damage. Temp max HP. This is mana. Like this makes sense. Um, well, like you know, like what if you had uh this makes sense, but it also gets to this point of like, holy fuck, how many stats do you need? And how deep does this go? Okay. You know what? I'm coming back to this tomorrow though, because there's one Dota series to watch. It's a best of 5. It starts at 7:30 in the morning. I'm gonna set an alarm. I'll wake up by then. But I'm gonna ruminate on this. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna think about this tonight because this is sort of a pickle, right? Like, yeah. Well, is this a delegate or is this like just an interface? And do we just develop like a tick interface and just call it like global, right? Because we very well could have a manager and like like a global interface that a lot of things just like inherit from. And it would be very reasonable for this to include something like a tick function. Um, we could have like begin room functions on a lot of this stuff. Um, yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to sleep on. Um, because there's definitely some like, yeah, there's some stuff to think about with this because it can really, yeah, it can really go a bunch of different ways. However, something like this, I'm not opposed to. Having a vector of effects that are affecting the player, I think makes sense. Um, having this like effect type, I think is also not crazy. Um, it's an idea, E effect type, right? Because fuck, it could be like spell resistance. It could be. Mm, and it's the issue is, I know I keep saying it, but if we just give it a reference, right? Hmm. That's a bad idea. Yeah. Look, I got some thinking to do because this effects manager would might need to have a concept of the player, which is a bad idea because then the player needs it and it needs a player, which means this could be it could be like a component of the player. Yeah, look, I'm gonna sleep on this. I know what it needs to happen. I just I'm kind of mangling my words with this. I'm gonna sleep on this, and it's gonna be good. So, have a good night, disciple of Morango.